Maomao makes Jinchi do something so out of character that it makes a little girl crawl up into a ball and cry. That is how bad it is. And Jinchi does it because he's so down bad for Maomao that he's like willing to do anything. This hilarious story comes from Light Novel 5, Chapter 6, and this happens after the events of the manga and anime. So some spoilers ahead. Maomao is now working at the apothecary on the grounds of the brothel, and she is no longer working in the rear palace, so Jinchi is coming to visit her at the apothecary. We have a really big grasshopper problem, and Maomao's having some suggestions. She's like, hey, you could ban sparrow hunting. You could also make it really popular in court, and that way like people would eat them. And at this, Jinchi just like grimaces and he's like, that's a last resort. And Maomao thinks to herself, I cannot believe this guy. So she starts to hatch a plan. You see, earlier, the man who owns the brothel had accidentally bought a lot of grasshoppers, thinking instead that they were locusts. But he was scammed. There's a big difference between them. One of them is full of meat and the other one, the grasshopper, is not, and they're just really gross. We know this because Maomao and everyone had to eat them for breakfast and they were not happy about it. So Maomao then hits Jinchi with a, won't you have some food before you go? And of course he's gonna agree. So Maomao takes him to another room and she produces this bowl of grasshoppers and she has them on the chopsticks and she's putting it up to his mouth. And this is all a big joke, okay? She doesn't think anything's gonna happen. And she's going, ah, and Jinchi hesitates for a bit and then he eats the grasshopper, y'all. He takes a bite of the grasshopper. She said that it felt like something that shouldn't have been seen and everyone agreed because they all look like they were struck by lightning. And then we have this image from the light novel. Everyone's just astounded. Gaoshuan was shaking and a little girl looked like she might cry and dropped her toy. Even the madam looked at Maomao with distaste, but Maomao continues. She picks up another grasshopper and offers it up to Jinchi, and Jinchi takes another bite, to which Gaoshuan gasps and the little girl crawls up into a ball on the floor. By the time they help her out, her face is just covered in snot. Y'all, Jinchi was suffering through it, but you know that he was doing it because Maomao was feeding him. He was like, it doesn't matter what she's feeding me, as long as she's feeding me, I'm gonna eat it. And like, I love that.